Ready, start. Sir, the present taxes must be lowered from another angle too. The government has professed its concern for the small businessman, the small industrialist, the technocrat, and so on. Unfortunately, the rates of income tax above rupees 40,000 would not allow even the small industrialist to save enough from his current profits to pay interest on his borrowings or repay the loan for the fixed capital investment which he would be forced to take from public financial institutions or the nationalized banks. The taxes have been made so exorbitant above the level of rupees 40,000 that there is no scope for even the small industrialist to repay his debt and to stand on a surer footing at the current level of taxes para. Another factor which must be considered is the brain drain which the country is already experiencing in several fields, notably in the technical field, in as much as technicians today are electing to go abroad and accept appointments abroad in presence to serving in their own country, particularly because of the high tax rates that prevail in the country. Not only they but business managers, of whom there is a great dearth in the country, the professional managers who are required in more and more numbers to manage the giant concern would not be attracted to India. Anyone who has received modern training in business management can receive a much higher paid job abroad as compared to what he will get there para. A 10% surcharge on income tax was levied purely as a temporary measure. It is unfortunate that the surcharge is still continuing, although there is no emergency and there is no justification for its continuance. The excessive tax burden prevents salaried persons from making provisions for their retirement out of current earnings because the post tax earnings are barely enough to meet the day to day expenses, which are also going up as a direct result of the government's policy of imposing more and more excise duties on goods of day to day consumption. Therefore, it is very essential that retirement benefits should be very liberally treated for tax purposes. It would be advisable to increase the limit of 25% of salary or rupees 8,000 which is allowed today for the purpose of provident fund etc., so that at least the salaried persons could save a little out of their current earnings for use in their old age para. Sir, I now come to the recent provision in the finance bill regarding wealth tax on urban property. A very novel proposal has been introduced this year regarding wealth tax on urban property in the name of social justice. What I fail to understand is what kind of social justice is involved if a landowner constructs a building and lets it out to dozens of middle class families. Every middle class family in the country today cannot hope to own its own residence, especially in big cities.